But besides that, I know who it was real rough for. Man, Boston Celtics, bring y'all ass to the stage. I love nothing more than when the Boston Celtics lose. I love nothing more. Matter of fact, you guys thought I went at it for the Kings, right? I don't like the Kings. Kings, there ain't no, there's no real resentment, for the Kings. But it's just funny to laugh at the Kings. The Celtics have won one NBA championship in the last 37 years. And the one that they won is in 2008. It is the one black mark for me on this man's resume that he allowed the '08 Celtics to win. Besides that, this is a team and a fan base and a franchise. Let's not even start at the beginning of the season, how they got rid of Ime Udoka with all the stuff, and he had to go, by the way, and all the stuff they decided to put Nia Long through. These guys came out here, went to the finals last year, thought it was sweet, ran it back, and came out here and pretty much choked and lost to an 8th seed. I hate to do it, James, but I'm gonna act like Rick Pitino for a second. Larry Bird's not walking through that door. Bill Russell's not walking through that door. JoJo White's not walking through that door. Sam Jones not walking through that door. Casey Jones not walking through that door. Bill Walton's not walking through that door. Reggie Lewis not walking through that door. Len Bias definitely never walked in the door.
Never walked through the door.
Never walked in the door. Robert Parrish not walking through that door. Kevin Garnett not walking through that door. Kevin McHale not walking through that door. Paul Pierce not walking through that door. Ray Allen not walking through that door. Rajon Rondo not walking through that door. Kendrick Perkins not walking through that door. Antoine Walker not walking through that door.
Antoine, oh my God.
Walter McCarty not walking through that door.
I literally thought of Walter McCarty just now.
Tommy Hudson not walking through the door to give any Tommy points. What else we got? Jesus Christ. Kenny Anderson
Isaiah
not walking
Thomas?
through that door. Isaiah Thomas not
Thomas?
walking through that door. Why? Because his hip. That's why he's not walking through that door. Y'all let an 8 seed beat y'all on y'all home court after almost coming back from a 3-0. I'd rather be swept. And the Lakers were swept. I'm not speaking from a position of strength here. However, I'd rather know what we are rather than y'all come out here and get your hopes, or come out here and get caught off guard because y'all ain't supposed to be down 0-3. Then you tie it up like you're supposed to. And then it's like, oh, you smooth sailing. Y'all about to make NBA history. No, you are not. You are not the 2004 Boston Red Sox. Stop this. It was not happening. Bill Simmons, how about it? You look like you saw a dead body last night. Oh, you did. The Celtics, the Tatum Brown era, put it in smoke. James, apparently he was right all year. This man was scrambling and gambling all year, freaking out over anything. Apparently he was right, James.
Okay, so yes, he was right in the long run, but it was like there's 30 NBA teams. Only one of them is going to win every single year. So, if you play the percentages, you're going to be right if you freak out and think your team's not going to win every fucking time, all the time anyway, right? For me personally, this is – I know last year, I don't know if anybody ever got the impression that, I hate the Boston Celtics. I don't even have an NBA team. But there are teams that I tend to favor and I'm fond of based off the history of watching them so often. So I am fond of the Miami Heat. We got Heat friends. And, I like to give my friends the business when they lose. So, I give – Heat fans the shit when they lose, give Lakers fans shit when they lose. And that seems to be most of my closest fans are all either Lakers, it's split down the line, either Heat or Lakers. It's funny. But just a team that I've never been fond of outside of the KG era is the Celtics.
Doc Rivers not walking through the Doc Rivers might be walking through the door.
Nah, they can't. Nah, man. Nah. Like I said, was it last or 2 weeks ago? I better never see Doc Rivers on the sideline of an NBA game ever again, unless he in a suit. No, he better be in casual gear, like he just there to check the festivities.
Taiwan.
Or if he's in a suit, he can be in a suit. He better have a headset on because he's calling the game.
Taiwan, James, with Dwight.
Nah. So, like last year, I don't know if people thought like I didn't, I said I didn't watch the finals at all last year. I didn't because like I honestly thought like the Celtics were going to win. It's not because I hate the Celtics. It's like I don't want stuff to go down like that. Like it was like I hated watching him at the end of 2019 when like Clay gets hurt, Durant gets hurt, and he's like playing 5-on-1 on offense, and it's like, bro, this is fucking frustrating. I hate watching people that are clearly the best player on the court and then like they can't win, and then like we start looking at or either we'll excuse it or we'll come with whatever else. But like I'm just like, bro, this person's better than everybody. And you know how frustrating it is to like play a pickup game of basketball or play organized basketball. You're the best player on the team, and like you look on the other side and like everybody else is more capable than your teammates. It's fucking infuriating. So like just to see that in a professional setting, to see like someone put in that kind of work to achieve that level of greatness that we've seen from Steph all the time, I was like, he's going to go in there and they're going to lose. And I didn't want to see that at all. Thank you, Jordan Poole, for giving us whatever that was. And if you never have anything else, that's your contribution, because I now want to see Steph Curry lose to them young ass niggas. So anyway, getting to, and I don't even like dislike Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. I've always thought Jaylen Brown was somebody that like isn't a max level player, and there's going to be we'll see what the Celtics do come this summer, because he's up for an extension, Rich, where he can make
the most money in league history.
Yeah, 5 years, $295 million. Now, obviously, it's percentage of the cap because the cap's going up, but it's like he's 26, 27, and he can't dribble left, and he can't, and he's not a creator. Like, I'll pull this up because I was for it when I heard this today.
All right, you gotta trade him
today.
You gotta trade him.
If you get a good trade, sure. Otherwise, you just gotta hold him. But Zach Lowe had this stat: this year's playoffs, Jaylen Brown, 68 assists, 66 turnovers.
Brother,
Jaylen Brown's career in the playoffs, 241 assists, 232 turnovers. He's not like when people will talk about like Kawhi, for example, say like he doesn't facilitate or whatever else. It's like maybe he can, and the thing is like he doesn't, because like what comes with it is like wild turnovers, and like he's just like, I'm just gonna just I get the ball, it goes up, the end. And that's a part of like playing smart basketball. If you're going to turn the ball over wildly, then you need to get off the ball. And like that's been the thing with this Celtics team this whole time, is like they have Jason Tatum who can create, but he's at the same time he's also a guy that will jack up bad shots and have a bad diet of shots throughout the game, and will be streaky. And then like and Marcus Smart is somebody that like you want him on the court as your point guard on defense. On offense, he's not good enough. And then you have Jaylen Brown, who you always felt like if he's pushing early in transition in the open court, yes, he can make stuff happen. In the half court against defenses, he doesn't threaten you in that way. And like you look at this team, is like Horford's one of the oldest guys in the league. Yeah. They didn't play Grant Williams, even though Grant Williams contributed greatly to them making the finals last year. I don't know if he's in a doghouse. I know that Mazzulla likes to, like, if things go down. MA last season was like, I'm not going down, putting my best defense on the floor. So that's why I always had Grant Williams on there. This year, Mazzulla was like, if we going down, we're putting shooters on the floor, which there is validity to either one, but it's case by case scenario. But like Grant Williams basically played himself all out of the series and seemed like he was in the doghouse throughout the playoffs. It was just weird, like seeing like, all right, what are we doing? Marcus Smart getting the last shot in Game 6 with their season on the line, and like that was another thing.
There was times in Game 7. There were times in Game 7 where it looked like they were counting on Derek White with Brown and Tatum on the floor.
Derek White was their best player last night.
Horrible.
Derek White was out here putting in shots to get the game when it was like 15 points, getting it to 7. They kept getting to 7 and they never like got it closer than 7 or maybe even got it to 6. They never got it to 5. It never closed in that way, and it was just frustrating. Like obviously Tatum, he had the bad ankle first play of the game, whatever else, but it's like that's the shit you get for fucking around with a team that you're more talented than. You can't fuck around and blow two home games. Rich, they lost 3 home games in this series.
That is unforgivable.
Rich.
And they missed all those threes.
Yes. We'll get to that. Rich, I think. No, let's get to it now. They started like 0 for 10, 0 for 11 from 3. I think they finished like 9 for 40 something. They finished 9 for something. They shot like 21% from 3 the whole game. And whatever is like, this year they shot a bunch of threes, or a lot more threes, and they were going in. But like, when you have Jason Tatum and he likes to take bad shots at times, you have Jaylen Brown and you can't trust him to not turn the ball over at times or dribble left without losing the ball out of his hand as an unforced error. Stuff like this happens. And then you end up with like game 6 where like, all right, season's on the line. Who gets the ball and has to put the shot? Marcus Smart. Fucking why? Why when this team plays in these playoff games or close games, the ball seems to find Marcus Smart. Like he has a fucking magnet in his hand. Like why? Like even last season, right when they won game 1 against the Nets, right? Marcus Smart has the ball. He wants to jack up that shot, but he's like, no. And then he rolls to the basket, and luckily Jason Tatum runs through the middle, and he dumps it off to him, and he lays it in. But it's like, the ball should not be in that dude's hands. Like I was listening to J.R. Smith talk about Iverson and Carmelo, and talked about when like Iverson used to be so fucking annoyed when someone other than Melo or himself had the ball in Denver. He's like, bruh, like you were not supposed to have the ball. Like shoot, but like you are not here for having the ball, handling all that kind of stuff. It is for me or Melo, nobody else. Like
I saw that too.
Marcus Smart is someone where it's like we've seen so many up and down performance with him. Obviously, I'm not even gonna get into like the defense with the flopping stuff or how good of a defender he still is at this point. But we've seen that dude make these plays where you're like, no, or no, yes, and on the margins, that's not good enough. It's not. So you need to get the ball out of his hands into someone else. And I don't know. Tatum was hurt in game 7. I can shot up. Like, look, he had a bad finals last year. I wanted to see him redeem himself at some point. He had a bad game 7 because he was hurt. It is what it is. Jaylen Brown shooting like 8 for 23, 8 turnovers.
Look, if you ain't got the shot going, you got to do something else. You got to get on the boards. You gotta make a play. You gotta play some defense. You gotta do something. You can't just be stanging that shit up and then be like, oh well, just gonna run back and forth like it's soccer.
Right.
And,
like I think situationally they're just a dumb basketball team. And Rich, I've been saying this for how long now? A month now?
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't take they shouldn't get up 2-0 on the Hawks and then it turns into a 6-game series. Get the fuck out of here. You're better than them. Like Embiid out game 1, you lose because Harden gets 50. And you fuck up every defensive assignment possible. Game 4, Embiid explodes and Harden hits a 3 in the corner. And they're down 3-2. But that just shows you like what Doc Rivers made of that they blew a 3-2 lead to them niggas.
What if they were not playing the Sixers in round 2?
They would have got bounced.
Look, 2 consecutive seasons with celebrations on that court. Loved it. Loved seeing the season end with all the traditional Celtics in the game. Loved seeing what's his name, Cornette, Peyton Pritchard, Paxton, something like all the Celtics from the good old days, from the 80s.
The good old days. Traditional Celtics.
Traditional Celtics. They won all them titles when there was 8 teams in the league.
So I just
Dave Cowan's not walking through that door.
Did you say John Havlicek? I don't think you said him.
I don't think I did. John Havlicek definitely not walking through that door.
Yeah, Dennis Johnson walked through that door. Now we just return it. But anyway, yeah, man, I just I'm really concerned about like what this team can do in the future. Like, going back to when they drafted Tatum, it was like they're clearly playing this game where like they're waiting for LeBron to run to expire. And like it looked like I remember joking saying like it looks like 24, 25 will be like around their time. Well, it's 23, and like they made the finals last year, and I don't feel exactly I think this team could run it back. I think this team could make the finals next year. Do I think I would take them over the Nuggets this year or next year? No. Like they're just so inconsistent, and like a lot of that comes down to like they don't have a point guard. They need a point guard. Like they I understand you can still wait this out and wait till Tatum gets to 27 and Brown's 28, and they're actually at the peak of their powers as players, but it's like you're so close right fucking now.
So you got to make a move. There's got to be some assets you got stored up somewhere, something like you got to get Marcus Smart out of there. Like and
it's like, yeah, maybe 27 or maybe when they're 27, 28, like Horford's not going to be able to last that long. Horford might retire right now. There was talk that Horford might have retired if they had won the finals. So it's like
we ain't got to worry about that.
Right. And but on the